if I play that game and one person tackles me, I'm gonna be hot.
Welcome back, RayWeather gang. Today we have a short video of the new 2021 NFL rookie class, talking about their Madden ratings, reacting, talking about Madden in general. We're going to get to that in a very quick second, but if you do want to stay up to date on all of the latest Madden 22 news, it's going to be coming out any day now. Make sure to subscribe, turn the bell icon on so you don't miss any of those videos. I'm going to let you watch this video of the rookies talking about Madden 22 and their ratings, and at the end of the video, I've got a little bit of Madden 22 news for you guys, so make sure to stick around.
So I think my Madden rating would be probably a little lower than people would give me credit for, but I don't know, maybe like 85, but I know that they would lowball me.
To be honest, I think my Madden rating is going to be like a 78 through an 81. Of course, just because, you know, rookies.
I think my rookie Madden rating will be 88 because I can do a lot of things. I can make plays, and I'm looking forward to getting to a good spot.
My Madden rating should be a 90 because it's like, okay, but it's not great because I haven't done anything yet, so.
I want to give you an honest answer. I know I'm not going to be in the 90s, but if I'm in the 90s, I appreciate that.
Rookie year?
It's going to be pretty crazy. I'm hoping I'm not, you know, like a 60 overall or anything disrespectful like that.
I would say either 85 or 80. I can't be in the 70s.
89.
I want to be at least 80.
Damn near 90. 89, 88, 89.
I'm hoping, I'm thinking around like an 85.
Of course, my man-to-man ability. I think that should be high. Zone coverage.
It's breaking tackles, pass blocking, catching. If I play that game and one person tackles me, I'm gonna be hot.
You know, so time come where I can boost my rating up. I won't come down. You know, have to catch up.
I swear to God, because I be seeing all these things on social media. You know, y'all do the ratings. If y'all do anything below a 70 or even an 80, I'm gonna be hot. Michael Vick for sure. When he was on the front cover, I mean, I think everybody picked Michael Vick. I mean, he was probably one of the funnest players ever to play on that game, just because how fast he was, and I mean, just the cheat code he was. So, I mean, obviously I've been playing football forever, so like Madden always been like kind of on my hip. Every time I think we got the game, I created myself, and then like just I try to create a player for like the whole team though. So like it was just like it's a cheat code team, you know what I'm saying, with hella people, just 99 overall. I have 11 siblings. I don't do PC, PlayStation. We all Xbox in the family, so some cheat codes. So just cheating all the time. So there'll always be hella fights, arguments. My brother Malachi, he plays Madden a lot, more than anybody. I mean, I think he would always pick. I mean, he's waiting for that to happen. Rookie year, 89, damn near 90, 89, 88, 89. I'm gonna be in the 89s or something like that. Will be kind of like, just off of like what I bring to the table. I mean, like, come on now. If y'all do anything below a 70 or even an 80, I'm gonna be hot.
I don't remember which Madden specifically, but my dad used to just whoop me. Like as soon as I got an Xbox back in like 2012, he ran the ball down my throat repeatedly. It's probably my earliest memory of it. I definitely have gotten a little bit better and learned the game a little bit. Yeah, me and my brother used to break a few too many controllers. I would like to think most of the time it was him, but yeah, we definitely got into it. And if there's one person in the world that I hate losing to, it's my younger brother. So him beating me in Madden, you know, for the first time was very frustrating for me. One of my friends, his name is Tony, one of my teammates at North Dakota State. He's kind of like the king of Madden. And him to be able to play with me would be pretty cool, I think, just because he kind of makes everyone look good. It's going to be pretty crazy. I'm hoping I'm not, you know, like a 60 overall or anything disrespectful like that. But it's going to be pretty crazy seeing myself. I'm thinking around like an 85. That's what I'm thinking.
Probably played like Madden 05, 06 when I was about 6 years old. I played with the Saints or the Dolphins. You know how you create players. Everything was a 99. Even blocking, even throwing. Even though I wasn't the quarterback, I have everything up at 99. My dad, he never played video games. And I remember last time I played him, I beat him very bad. He didn't want to play no more. You know, playing Madden for so long, finally get the chance to play with yourself, I just think that it's just a great and exciting feeling. Just going into it, you know, all the years you've been playing Madden, been dreaming of being on that game for so long, but now the time is here. Some of my cousins, they be playing Madden most of the time, so, you know, I'm excited to show them and see what my rating gonna be. But yeah, it's gonna be an exciting feeling that they're gonna finally get to play with me. Overall Madden, I mean, I want to give you an honest answer. I know I'm not gonna be in the 90s, but if I'm in the 90s, I appreciate that. But I would say either 85 or 80. I can't be in the 70s.
Alright guys, so there you have it. Some of the big name rookies talking about Madden 22, what they think their ratings are going to be, and just talking about Madden in general. Najee Harris was probably the funniest one of that, talking about if one guy tackles him, he's going to be hot. And I mean, you know, in Madden, it's not always the most realistic. A guy like Najee Harris probably is going to get tackled by one guy a good bit of the time, if I had to guess. But anyway, on to some of the Madden 22 news. Now, I did a video last week talking about how the EA Play event was going to be mid-July, and that kind of worried me and some other people, because we know that that means at best they're putting that out a month before the game releases, which means the game's probably going to release late August again like it did this year, whereas the previous couple of years it wound up releasing late July or like the first week of August. Now, there was an article that surfaced last week that I did a video on where EA was promising massive innovations this year for all of their sports games, including Madden 22. I will link that video below in the pinned comment if you missed it. It's a pretty good video about how they talk about where they're kind of going with their sports games this year. However, at the end of that article, there was a part that I missed that I forgot to cover, which does talk a little bit about Madden 22, kind of the timeline, and when we should start actually receiving some of the bigger news. So the CEO of EA Sports, Andrew Wilson, said this: on EA Play, I think typically E3 governed the key promotional time frame across most of the industry, and that happened in June. Given this past year and the virtual marketing and the nature of these things, we've been able to think about what's the most appropriate timeline for us. And given the launch schedules in our games, we feel like July is the right time frame. You'll hear a lot from our build in June, and we'll kind of ramp up to that in July. So basically what he's saying here is the fact that they have moved EA Play back to mid-July instead of doing it around the same time as the big E3 event in June. They said that they wanted to push it back because the time frame of when their games release, it kind of makes more sense to have their event a little bit later, and plus it just seems like they want to distance themselves from E3. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Madden is going to come out any later, because when you think about it, when they're talking about the time frame of their games, that's also including FIFA. Madden and FIFA are their two biggest releases every year, and FIFA typically releases at the end of September or the first week of October. So when you take that into account, July is a little bit closer to the release of FIFA, and then also much closer to the release of Madden. But the good thing here is they said that they're going to show a lot from the build of these games in June, specifically Madden, because I don't think they're going to show much about FIFA in June, but Madden is when they're going to start rolling out stuff, would be June, and that's typically what they've done in years past. Outside of the Madden 20 rollout, they typically don't start talking a lot about it until June. Seeing as June is less than 2 weeks away, end of May, early June, we should start getting a lot of Madden 22 info, and like they said, once July comes around with EA Play, we might actually already have most of the Madden 22 info by then, because that's what typically would happen. We'd have a lot of the info, and then at EA Play, there wouldn't really be that much new to tell us, so they might just show us a new trailer, and they might talk more about FIFA or some of their like future games instead of talking about Madden, because typically by the time that would roll around, we would already have a good bit of the Madden info. I don't think we actually have to wait till mid-July to start hearing about Madden 22. According to this, we're going to start hearing that within the next 2 weeks. So again, make sure you subscribe, the bell icon on, so you don't miss any of that info when it drops. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys next time.